Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad that you could join me today. Just getting things set, and we'll get going here. I have to upload the thumbnail after we start. Well, that's weird. Maybe. Well, let me change the thumbnail while we're live. Okay. Is what it is. Anyway, let's roll, shall we? I'm so glad everyone could join me here today. You can see me, say what's up in the chat. We'll get going here in just a second. Let's see. And we're live on YouTube. We're live on Rumble. And let me just check X. And yeah, look at that. I'm competing against Lee Camp and Alex Jones. Okay, well. All right. Well, good luck. Good luck there, Tom. Good luck there. Anyway, it is good to see that I'm live. So let's get going. We're going to talk about Mexico's new president, and for that, I'm wearing my Mexico home national jersey. I could have worn the away jersey, but I like the home that we're doing today. I'm just trying to. Well, that's what I get for preparing a show, right? Anyway, we'll just hang on one second here. Let's see. Can I change that? Options. No. Details. Custom thumbnail. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. Cool. Excellent. At least I got it. At least I got the thumbnail up in YouTube. There we go. Well, we've got someone on YouTube and someone on Rumble. No one on Twitter yet, or X yet, but we'll get there. Anyway, let's get into the story, at least the story I want to talk about today. Mexico's new president. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the new headline out of Mexico. Claudia Sheinbaum has just been elected as the country's first female president. Yes, it's historic, it's groundbreaking, and it's, well, another leftist leader promising change. Call me a cynic, but I've seen this movie before. I know how it ends. Spoiler alert, not well. Sheinbaum ran a discipline campaign, capitalizing on her popularity of her predecessor, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. You know, the guy who thought tackling crime was best done by hugging it out. But no, now Sheinbaum, a lifelong leftist, is stepping into his shoes, promising continuity. Because nothing says we need a change like let's keep everything exactly the same. Here's the thing, folks. Sheinbaum, she's a scientist by training. She's got a PhD in energy engineering. She's all about data-driven decisions. Remember how she handled the pandemic in Mexico City? Or testing, mask mandates, social distancing. In other words, she did exactly the opposite of what Obrador was doing. And yet she's promising to follow in his footsteps. It makes perfect sense, I guess. Now, she's got some real challenges ahead. Mexico's violence has been off the charts. Her big plan, expand the National Guard and address the social issues driving young people into the arms of the cartels. That kind of reminds me of Just Say No. Sounds noble. But it's the same old song and dance we've heard from leftists everywhere. Address the root causes, don't get tough. Let's just throw some more social programs at the problem and hope it goes away. let's not forget the economy. She's praised Pemex, Mexico's state-owned oil company, while also promising to emphasize clean energy. So we're going to boost fossil fuels and go green at the same time. It's like trying to lose weight on a diet of kale and cheeseburgers. Scheinbaum's also talked a big game about fighting poverty and strengthening the welfare state. Again, where have we heard this before? Venezuela? Anyone? Cuba? The left always promises to lift people out of poverty, but somehow it ends up with everyone equally poor, except for those at the top. Look, I get it. Scheinbaum is a different personality from Lopez Obrador. She's less combative, more pragmatic. But the policies, they're the same tired leftist playbook. More government intervention, more welfare, more promises of equality that somehow always end up in economic disaster. So forgive me if I'm not optimistic about the new leader. History has shown us time and time again that these grand leftist experiments end in failure. Mexico deserves better, but with Scheinbaum, the fear, they're just getting more of the same. Here's hoping I'm wrong, but I wouldn't bet on it. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffey Nuance Show. Least watched censored commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. So Mexico's new president. It was funny. I just made a coffee and I thought, oh, for Mexico, I'll use this old Mexico cup that I have. I went to Triple Mania 2022 during the pandemic. Triple Mania is like their WrestleMania. They're in Mexico City. I loved it. I had a great time. But once I poured all the hot liquid in here, I just heard cracking and stuff. And I thought, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's time this becomes a pencil holder. Because if it can't handle a hot coffee, it's not a whole lot of use, is it? Yeah. So the way that it works in Mexico is you can't run for president back to back. They have a 6-year term. So you do your 6 years and then it's somebody else. That's the way their system works. Whereas here, we're allowed presidents to have 2 terms. Right. But down there, you get, as far as I know, I think you only get 1 term. It's a 6-year term. So that's what they have there. She was kind of under the wing of the last guy. She was also formerly the mayor, I guess, of Mexico City, which used to be called the Federal District, right? DF. But they changed the name of the district, the Federal District, Mexico City. They just changed it to now it's Mexico City. Right now, that's its actual name. Who cares, right? Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about her. She's set to become Mexico's first female president. She won the election by promising to continue the policies of the last dude, AMLO, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. She used to be mayor of Mexico City, a lifelong leftist. She ran a disciplined campaign that leveraged her boss's popularity. She's known for being less combative, data-driven, right? So that's good, right? That's good. She's got a PhD in energy engineering. She emphasizes science during her tenure as mayor. But, you know, science really doesn't back a lot of the policies that she's been pushing. Now, I'm not going to argue anything about clean energy, green energy, global warming, climate change, any of those things. I'm not stating any opinion on them whatsoever because you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to challenge any of that, so I won't. Okay, at least not in this video. But Dr. Scheinbaum does not appear to be very skeptical of any science that happens to agree with the establishment. If the establishment has some science, well, then that's all you need to know. And don't you dare question the science, even if you do have a PhD. Now, her immediate challenges are going to be addressing the violence in Mexico. She's pledged to expand the National Guard and try to tackle the root causes of crime without being authoritarian. Okay. So this is the kind of language that we hear that allows shoplifting. Like, oh, well, don't put them in jail, because they're hungry when they're walking out with that TV set. Like these are this is the type of rhetoric that we've heard from the squad and whatnot. That you shouldn't go after anyone shoplifting because, they're hungry or whatever. So she seems to have a lot of the same types of rhetoric that we've seen here. Now, a lot of people think that she will be a lot less confrontational than AMLO was. And she also speaks English, right? So she's bilingual. She speaks English. I think that makes a difference. And I think that she is a good representative of Mexico. She's smart. She's well-spoken. She's clever. I mean, those are all good, right? She can walk without falling down. She's not elderly. She's got a lot of things going for her. I kind of wish we had someone with those qualities here in the U.S. But I think that she will be more diplomatic than AMLO was. He was a bit more confrontational. Also, she's going to be Mexico's first Jewish president in a predominantly Catholic country. Okay. Don't know how that works. But in many ways, it's Mexico is saying to the world, "Hey, we're not prejudiced. We'll elect a woman. We'll elect someone with a different religion." So, they're kind of doing the Obama thing, right? Let's get it out of the way. So anyway, those are my initial thoughts on Mexico's new president. What I really want to talk about, and I have not watched all of the hearings yet, and that is about Dr. Fauci on the hot seat earlier this morning. I did watch like the first hour of his testimony, and I thought that was really compelling. It's interesting on the feed that I've been watching it on. It's the microphone sucks and they have some audio trouble. Why is that? Why does it have crackling? This is our government, right? We should be able to get an AV guy that can run the thing without interference, without crackling, with bad microphones. This is the United States of America. And it sounds like garbage. Perhaps that's intentional. Because there's no reason. Like, first of all, you go to church or something like that, they have a presentation. They got some slideshows. They've got some the preacher has a microphone. Well, if the microphone sounds like garbage, they don't just let him go the entire time with it crackling and sounding terrible, do they? No. They go, hang on a sec, folks. Let's fix this. Let's get some good quality audio. But maybe it's because when the audio sucks, nobody wants to listen to it. And maybe, just maybe, the people putting on this show with interviewing Dr. Fauci don't want anyone to listen to it. So they've intentionally made the sound bad. I don't know. I'm speculating, but I know I'm right. Because there's no excuse for a crackling microphone from the richest country in the world. and not fixing it. But I haven't been able to watch the whole thing yet. This morning I went and taught two fitness classes, and so I'm still going to watch the rest of it. So once I finish watching the rest of it, I really want to dive into what was going on with Fauci today and the hearing in Congress. So I look forward to telling you about that. Also, I'm looking forward to telling you about what I'm doing with this channel. Still haven't quite figured it out. Monday comes around quick, doesn't it? But anyway, that's all I have for you today. I know this was a real quick show. Stick around for the after show. I'll go through all your comments, and I'll be back very soon. Very soon. Keep an eye out to talk about what happened on the Hill today. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. Stick around for the after show, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Okay, so here we go. I'll answer some of your questions here. Joe says, so she basically ran uncontested for the leading party. Well, she was the candidate of the leading party, but there was another candidate that she ran against who was also female. But yes, one of those things that if you are, but kind of very similar to, what's happening with our election. Joe Biden just took the nomination, and they didn't really allow anyone to run against him. That's kind of weird. Yeah, trust the science. Science is questioning. So if you're not allowed to question, that's not science. Okay, that's not science at all. I don't know. I got a short or something. I don't know what this keeps going out. Anyway, hashtag Rumble Gang. What's up, Apothecary John? Joe says, I wonder if she is going to solve racism to lower crime rates. Well, that would be good. I'm in favor of solving racism and lowering crime rates. That would be really good. Yeah, she's not suffering from dementia. Doesn't appear to be. No, she's very bright, very well-spoken. And like I say, she's bilingual. I've actually been following her on social media. I've been watching her posts, or like her Instagram posts and things like that. Seems to be a very nice, bright lady. So I like her as a person. Not sure about her ideas, but again, I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for Mexico. Now, it might be beneficial for me. I would love to move to Mexico. I really would. I would love to move to Mexico City. Currently, it's a little too pricey for me. So maybe if things just did a nosedive, to make places cheaper. I'm kidding. I'm not rooting for that. But over the last couple of years, Mexico is actually poised to do really well economically. And so it's going to be trickier to evaluate how Claudia does as president, because a lot of factories are moving from, let's say, to China to Mexico. I know Tesla is just built one of the gigafactories, right across the border in Mexico. So there's going to be a lot more production coming out of Mexico. The Mexican peso has done extremely well against the U.S. dollar since COVID. It's up about 20% on the dollar last couple of years. So their currency has been very strong. So with all of these strong things happening, I guess it will be more difficult to see if the policies are good or not good. So Dustin says, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks. I didn't see a winky face after that, which you're supposed to do when you're being sarcastic. You need to You can't just put in something like that. You got to have a winky face or something, Dustin. Unless, of course, you actually think I said something anti-Semitic, which obviously I did not. Please. Joe says, personally, I would prefer an incompetent president over one that effectively pursues the goals of anti-populists. Okay. I can... That's a tough one. I never want to root for someone in charge being incompetent. That's a tough one for me, but that's just me. Yeah. There we go. Anyway, that's about all the comments we have. I still got to figure out how to put the comments on the screen, because now using the Rumble Studio, they do make all the comments in one place. So I got to figure out how to make that in one screen. But I'm still working on that. Anyway, that's all I have prepared today. I know this was just kind of a real quick show. What I'm really interested in and what is going on with Fauci today at the Senate. So I can't wait to talk about that. So I'll talk about that real soon. But anyway, it's a beautiful day here. Semi-beautiful. It's not raining anymore. So I hope you're able to get out and do something fun. Anyway, I will see you next time. And you can find out when I'm going to be going live if you follow me on X. So I'm Coffey and Nuance on X or Twitter or whatever you call it. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Have a good one. Until next time. Peace. Ooh, there we go.